you
Yeah.
doing?
Hey, Josh, Cutter, pleasure to be speaking with you both today. Josh, we'll start with a two-parter. How's your day going, and how's it feel being answering the same questions over and over again about crypto?
Day is pretty good. I'm in Austin, Texas. The sun is shining. It's a lovely day. And I absolutely love talking about this movie. I love talking with Cutter about it. So I really can't complain. I miss doing it in person. I'll be honest. It would be nice to see you in the flesh. But other than that, having a great time.
Thank you. Now, Cutter, how are you? That's the first part, and then I'll give you a compliment right after that.
I'm doing great. How are you?
Oh, nonstop but good. Now, the compliment here is you're so fascinating when we go through your past, the grown up on a sailboat, the Sundance and the fishing without nets and the touring with you too, etc. Thank you for doing this film though. What first got you into the crypto world and the crypto mindset?
Well, thank you for that intro. My parents really deserve a lot of credit because they were the ones who really took the leap to go sailing. What brought me into crypto was in like 2021. I was enamored with like the GameStop and sort of Dogecoin, fiascos. And I was really kind of inspired by like the insanity on message boards and the culture around it, and just thought, you know what, this is a really ripe material for like a dark comedy and a thriller,
Mhm.
because crypto is both darkly hilarious and darkly thrilling.
Well said. Now, Josh, one of your prior roles, Big Head, we quote Big Head regularly in this household. We love your work on Silicon Valley. Now, did that kind of pigeonhole you or get you on the radar for this show, being that it's, about startups and tech and all that?
I guess that would be a question for Cutter. I mean, just personally, the I'm very happy to be a Trojan horse if I have to be tech nerd for life. But if it allows me to do something like this was such a different you know side of the world to get to sink my teeth into and to get to be a baddie and to get to flex some drama muscles a little bit, which I don't generally get thought of for. Just so grateful to Cutter for bringing me in on something that, yes, is in the same universe that I tend to find myself in, but is a totally different part of the galaxy.
So it's a pleasure to be speaking with Cutter, Josh, of course. Originally, it was going to be you and Tony. And you and Tony had some very intense moments in this film without giving too much away. Were you able to easily drop that the second they said cut?
Oh my God. Well, I mean, two things. One, Tony is like has been a buddy of mine forever. He's one of my favorite people. He's one of the funniest people. He's also a sweet and gentle and kind guy. Yeah, the second we were off, we were goofing around and having fun, and the whole cast was living together in this like weird back house behind an old hotel, and we were like
Oh,
just like it was really like I mean, Melanie had her daughter with us. Like we really was like kind of family time, and just kind of like joyful and the best possible scenario, what you dream for these kind of projects. But on the other side of that, Tony is also like a super jacked and physically intimidating dude. So getting to play some of that more physical, threatening, intense stuff, you feel it. Like he when he puts you in a half Nelson, you're like, oh, he could kill me. He actually could kill me. Now because I know Tony, I didn't have any real concerns, but it
right.
definitely helped fuel some of the intensity of those moments for sure. He's a
So
beast.
cut Cutter, to steer it back to you for a second here. We've seen crypto come in and out of the headlines every month. It just is always in for different reasons. So I can't tell when this film was made. Can you give me a rough when it was complete and where it was filmed? Can't tell.
Yeah, we shot it in Western Massachusetts in the Berkshires, which
Oh,
had this kind of great like Gilded Age mansion and sort of extreme wealth right next to sort of more impoverished kind of places. Um, so it was cool in that sense. It was also we shot it just as everything was kind of coming out with FTX and Sam Bankman-Fried. So it was not inspired by directly, but it was a nice coincidence that those things were sort of happening as we were shooting. And a kind of crazy story is we were we were in the middle of production when three armed assailants showed up at Sam Bankman-Fried, the founder of FTX, at his house where he was on house arrest. And we all thought, man, this is just so odd that we're literally making a movie about this. And those guys got stopped. But in our movie, they get a little through the gates.
Yes, yes, and Josh has to pay for that one. But Josh, are we allowed to know this last question goes to both of you, Josh first. Are we allowed to know where we're going to see you next, or is it all Cold Wallet forever and ever, and that's your swan song?
Uh, are you asking about the actor or the character?
I was asking about the human being, the Harvard alumnus, the guy who was in a movie with Mates of State, that guy.
Oh my gosh, wow, that's a deep cut, and I appreciate that one. Um, what's next? I don't know for sure, so I'm gonna plead the fifth on that one. But if you haven't seen Carry On, check it out.
Well, the key is with you, we don't know if it's going to be funny on purpose, funny with the understated thing, or a drama. That shows your versatility. And it's great to see your dramatic side in Cold Wallet. Cutter, IMDb gives us some ideas of what's next. It has an untitled thing or two. But are you allowed to say what's next and where we'll see you next? Or do we just have to check Instagram for your directorial efforts?
Yeah, well, I'm working on a UFO movie that's set in the Andes in South America. Um, so that's kind of what's next for me.
Oh, well, follow up to that. Is it filmed near the Andes or does New Mexico have an Andes set?
No, it's gonna be on location, actually in the Andes.
Congratulations on that. These days, you never know what's filmed where. So the
Yeah,
bottom
yeah.
line is
Wait.
congratulations to you both on Cold Wallet and looking forward to both of your future projects, whether it is timely, funny, scary, whatever it is. Thank you too.
Thank you. Nice
You.
talking to you, Darren. Appreciate it.
Paltrocast.